Off top, did you know that Jingle Bells is actually a Thanksgiving song? Play the music.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.
Welcome to the Domonique Foxworth Show. As we are often joined by Jeff Saturday in the middle of the week, the happiest part of my week. Charlie Kravitz is at home getting ready for Thanksgiving, and he also was on time 2 weeks in a row. Proud of you, Charlie.
Proud of you.
I was really stressed, Jeff. Domonique was like, "You need to get ready now," and I was like, "Give me 6 minutes."
This was 2 hours ago. And that's how you're supposed to feel. You're always supposed to feel. There's supposed to be like a little air of anxiety when you have an appointment. You have to be somewhere at a certain time.
Pressure.
Like, that's it. Yeah, you're supposed
I'm
to have.
telling you, I want to have stretching lines on Sunday where we're stretching, and then our producer Kevin just walks through and just says some to us while we're doing some like hip flexor stretches in the line, getting ready for taping. Just a little dap up.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I love it.
You didn't like my Thanksgiving fact?
I don't believe you.
I
don't believe your Thanksgiving off top. How is Jingle Bells about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
It was about traveling to your family's home on Thanksgiving. It became a Christmas song, but it was originally about traveling Thanksgiving. Look it up. Maybe someone else made it up. I believe it's true. We'll find out. You got a computer?
Did you find that on the intrawebs? Did somebody put that on the intrawebs? TikTok? One of the new things you're into?
Let me tell you about Jeff, man. Jeff, I think that was, I thought the camera tracked you, but it wasn't. It was a table slap.
Oh.
That caused the movement. I'll slide it back.
I would have liked it because you know it likes to track me. that algorithm.
Jeff had the meeting real uncomfortable earlier today.
I did.
Did everybody got weird? I was like, why you just get weird?
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, Jeff today was making fun of, or not making fun of. I was asking Christine, who hosts Sports Center, was talking about TikTok, and Jeff was like, I'm not on that TikTok. I'm on that. What am I on, Nick? what am I on? I was like, you're on Instagram. He was like, I made like 4 posts. And that's it.
That was it. It's a wrap.
Do you remember when you got on it though? A couple of years ago, you were fired up.
I was
for 3 days.
Then I realized there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work in trying to think about what you're gonna put out there, and then everybody wants to critique what you put out there.
Yeah. You're not allowed to put animals that you just killed up there.
That's right. No firearms, no farming, all the stuff that I like. And they're like, no, you can't have any of that Saturday. Everybody will turn your page off. I'm like, I don't care. It's my page.
Like, I killed me a buck. I want to post it.
Just heads up, this is called a podcast, not a radio show.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say a radio show?
No.
God, you're making an old man joke.
Yeah.
I didn't get it because I'm also an old man.
You're also an old.
Oh,
Jeff, once every 4 months, Dominique's like, I could be good at social media if I wanted to.
Yeah. I just got to let you know. But I don't want to. It's too much effort.
I'll tweet out Micah Parsons is terrifying. Get a bunch of retweets.
I can run it up. You want me to run it up? Nah.
I literally asked a guy. I asked Rob, who works with Unsportsmanlike here. I was like, "Hey, Rob, dude, like, what would it? What would be the possibility that you run my social media? You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
I'm like, put something together.
Yeah.
Like put together something where it makes me look good. I stay engaged. I do whatever. I still hadn't done it. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, you can find somebody, but it's not going to be like.
It's not going to be you.
Yeah, and I think that's what people want. They wanted to get you, so they're going to get me quiet.
Yeah.
That's what they're
exactly.
I'm just going to get on there and snoop around and then go. That's all I get on there for, to see what other people doing, what they talking about. Like, I know all about Christine's dating life
because you're all there.
Because I get on TikTok and she tells me through TikTok that all the men around her are too short, and then all these men get mad. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
This is what you got. My kids know all of it, dude. They tell me all of it.
Oh, I saw your son's fight on Instagram.
Yeah. I had no idea. That's how I saw it. I said, show me what he did. So he sent me all love so I could see it. I was like, this is sweet. Yeah. It's the intrawebs are pretty special, Charlie. I'm sure you're into it.
He's all over it.
I'm a lurker. I'm a big time lurker.
Do you have a big following? Do you like trying to build your following? No. Okay.
No. I don't tweet or Instagram. I repost. I'll retweet things from the show, but that's about it.
So he just gets thrilled in the thing about social media is it does tell you a little bit something about yourself. And I know that Charlie is now in the deepest parts of the JJ McCarthy meme holes of the internet.
Oh, it's my entire feed. My entire Twitter feed is just JJ McCarthy's face photoshopped on different things in history of like moments before disaster. Of him going like this. You guys game ball?
Like war paint, the whole deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight. I like it.
Charlie's second favorite thing to do on social media is bring things to me that I haven't heard of because it's a big deal. And I forget that. So like I'll have a take or some sort of opinion and it's way off of where the social media zeitgeist is because occasionally because of the show, then you get off of Twitter or you erase
I have it on
Twitter.
I have it on my computer, not my phone.
Yeah. So like somebody on our team got to follow what's going on, and it's normally Charlie or Kevin or somebody see on social media. But they bring stuff to Charlie will say something that I'm supposed to understand the context behind, and I have no idea. Like this weekend with the JJ McCarthy meme, it's like, oh no, I don't know.
The thing is, like Jeff, my problem with social media is like I think people use it as like a feed where they get a bunch of different information. Yeah. I hyperfixate so much that like my entire feed will be JJ McCarthy. Then my entire feed will be like Olivia Nuzzi drama. Then my entire feed will like move to something else. So it's like I think I'm using the platforms incorrectly. Like the algorithm targets it way too much.
Yeah, you rabbit hole. You're like all the way down. Yeah. That's what my kids say. Don't rabbit hole. Just skim. Don't get too far into the darkness of it. It's not.
We laugh to keep from crying because the only other social media conversation that Jeff and I had is we realize our feeds tell us entirely different things about the world.
For real.
Like when there's some major news in the world, Jeff and I try to talk about it, and Jeff's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what they saying?
Right.
And then I say, oh, that's what they saying over there? We have no idea.
It's wild. It is wild. Like literally people that you've never heard of on that site. You're like, what?
And I see them every day.
Yeah. Wild. That was wild.
So we have a lot of football to talk about. I have one curveball that I'm going to throw at you guys later. Whoa, my tracking turned on.
Whoa.
Get it together.
I know. It's whenever I do like a hand signal.
Turn it off.
I'm turning it off now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Chill.
Come on.
Tighten up.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Yeah, we like that. No, you're too far back. Hone in just a touch.
Yeah, you're fumbling the ball in the first quarter.
Look, hand up. My bad. Accountability.
Move your hands. Gonna do it again.
No. I have it turned off. The irony is, so like hand up accountability. You guys can't make me run. This is the curveball. Like I was feeling. I don't know why I was feeling slow. I ran sprints today.
Oh my word! Oh my word!
Why did you record it?
Hold on. How far were your sprints?
They were like hundreds.
Oh my gosh!
I think that we need to.
You film it?
No.
Did you film any? You didn't film any.
It would have been a time lapse. I would have needed a time lapse to get from 100 yards to the other end.
That is
all. I would have paid to see it. I'd have paid to see that. That's social media. Charlie, get your game right.
I just knew that, like, if I was going to do that, I had to do it on a Tuesday to talk about it with you guys.
Yeah. What would you have done? What would you have done if he's onto any hammies it and just arches up, face plant? We've all been there. It bit him.
Oh yeah. If it's a hammy, I laugh it off.
Oh. I don't think I run fast enough to pull a hammy.
You ruining my taping if it's Achilles.
He's too old for Achilles. I mean, he's too young for Achilles.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's creeping up on him.
I mean, I've had this theory for a long time that I move too slowly to have soft tissue injuries. Like I'm not producing enough force.
I like that.
You know that there's also a fat to muscle ratio that helps keep keeps the muscles a little more limber.
I never forget we had winter workouts. So like everybody in college, you have winter workouts and they wake you up during the winter 3 times a week, 5 a.m. Yeah. You have super intense workouts. And it's like a college thing. Yeah. I think it was to keep us from going out and acting up too much and whatever. But they would do it. And we hated them so much. Everyone would want to get out of them, but we wouldn't. We'd go participate because that's what you do. We had one of the biggest guys on the team who had little to no muscle. His body was made mostly of water, like more than the average percentage of water. And that man used to fake a cramp every winter workout. We look at him like, man, if you don't get your fat Like, we all doing this mat drill. I know it hurts. What I know is not happening is you getting a cramp.
Yes.
You're not dehydrated.
No.
We've been 10 minutes. We still in the second period
No.
of this winter workout. And again, you got a cramp. You got a full body.
Yeah. Come on.
Please
Come
stop
on.
it.
No. Yeah, Charlie, I think you're in a safe zone.
Yeah,
I feel like you're in a safe zone. You move a little slower. It'd be like a turtle pulling a hammer. It just doesn't happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Adults, adults.
Dominique, I can't believe you won't call out Terrell Suggs by name for faking cramps. You
I
coward.
I said it was college.
I was just trying to get you beat up. Also, your camera shifted on the table
fine.
punch.
A little slap. Terrell Suggs, you're trying to get me more than beat up if it's Terrell Suggs. Stop it.
Yeah.
Hey, Sis, I'm sorry. His name's Charlie Kravis. I'll show you his address. Leave me alone.
It would be an honor to get beat up by Terrell Suggs. Anyway,
hold on. Get back to the running.
Google it, man. It's more than beat up.
Yeah,
the point I'm trying to make.
Exactly. Yeah. You pushed the envelope here.
Yeah.
How 100-yard sprints, how many, and what was the times? You had to have given yourself a time.
I did 12 of them with 90 seconds between each one.
How long?
How long did it take you to run them?
I'm going to say anywhere from 14 to 20 seconds, but I wasn't timing them. I actually wasn't timing them.
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm guessing that it was in that range.
At what number did your head go back, your hips go forward, and you just rocked that thing? Like
the second one.
Second, yeah. That'd be about right. That's me too.
It was like 60 yards in. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And you finished them?
Oh, yeah.
Adult sprinting is funny.
I just
watch it because it's something that people don't do, and they imagine that it's fun.
But not for you. That's the problem. Like for guys like you who run so gracefully, like you don't understand the torture it is for the rest of us. Like I've been where Charlie is. Right when I was coaching high school, I would go run the field. I would run sprints, and a dude who played in the league, Antoine Lake, he would do the same, and we would be running. And literally, like Charlie said, about number 3, bro, heads back, like I'm just looking at the sky. I'm just striding out. Everything's taut. My quads feel like they're going to pop. My back, I'm like, what am I doing this for? This
was outside, Charlie?
It was outside.
Yeah, it was cold. Your whole throat start burning. That's the worst.
No, it's like it was in the 50s. It was totally fine.
Good.
I did immediately go on Nike and was like, should I get some cleats?
Oh my word! Did you see Jack was wearing cleats in the meeting?
I saw that. What did the producer?
I don't know.
Wait, you and a producer wearing cleats today?
Cleats on, dog.
In the ABC building, man, just had on cleats.
Cleats.
Like, what you?
I looked over. He's sitting beside me. I looked over. I was like, wearing some cleats up here. I'm like, we got some slippery turf up in here. Like what? I didn't realize my dress shoes weren't gonna make it happen.
Yeah, something gonna happen today that I didn't know about. Maybe he had a flag football tournament.
Yeah. I don't. Jack was in, bro. He was dialed in, dude. He had them cleats.
I kind of love that.
He's gonna sprint somewhere. He had extra grip, dude. Those things were locked in. They were locked in.
Jeff, the last thing I'll say about working out is Dominique and I lifted in Miami. We were down there lifting together. And we had a great workout, little efficient workout. It was like a hotel gym, so the weights didn't go that high. And afterwards, we go get dinner, and Dominique was like, no matter what the weights were, I was going to add 5 pounds to whatever you were doing. And he was like, you said there was a moment of fear, a tiny moment of fear.
No, there was a tiny moment of fear, but then I was fine. I was worried about it because it was like I didn't want, you can't control certain things about your personality. I wanted us to have a good, fun, like bros lifting, good time and whatever. So like I gave off. Ain't no big deal. We ain't worried about it. We're just lifting. Right. But in my mind, I was like, I hope this knows that I am not walking out here with him doing more reps or more weight than me on any exercise I would like him to know, no matter what.
It had never crossed my mind that I would do more reps or more weight on any of them.
This is why we're different.
That's why we're different.
And I know that that's unhealthy for somebody who is not an athlete anymore. So I masked it. I told you afterwards at dinner, like, just so you know, I was going to destroy you no matter what. I was going to die in that gym rather than let you beat me. If we are close to the same size, no. Oh, no.
Same
Jeff,
size, different body comp.
I go lift with Jeff, it's fine. You get a little more than me, I'm not going to be upset. But somebody in my weight class?
No doubt.
All right, we should talk some actual football. Yeah, this is like
Can I ask a question before we get to the previews of the games? Like we can do that, and I'm sure there are lots of other podcasts also doing that. We'll get to it. But I had this thought before that I was wondering what team is the most disappointing this year. It felt like so many other teams, like between the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Bills.
The Chiefs and Eagles? The Eagles are 8-3.
And you think they aren't disappointing?
No, but like there's levels to this.
I agree. I was throwing them in the conversation. I wouldn't say the Eagles are the most disappointing team. Oh, it's the Commandos?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I don't
think way.
I think most of the people expected the Commanders to regress.
Yeah, they overachieved last year. Nobody had high expectations unless you lived down there and you got suckered, bro.
Vikings, Falcons?
Yeah, Vikings, Falcons are in that conversation. I think
I'll be honest with you, man. Bills, for me, run away with it. Like, they run away. I mean, you think about that AFC Championship game, MVP.
Yeah.
Everybody had them. They and the Ravens were supposed to be they're going to knock off the Chiefs this year, blah, blah, blah. These dudes have lost to the Dolphins. They lost to the Falcons. They lost. Patriots turned out to be good, and then obviously the Texans got after them. But it's not even that they lost. It's how they lost has just not been – I've been shocked.
I mean, we had this conversation this morning, and I know, Charlie, this is not news to you. We talked a little bit about this, like, athlete to sports media transition, where I think a lot of athletes, at least I can speak for myself, when I first left and got into sports media, it was important to me to like really understand the analytics and the numbers behind it. And so I became like a momentary analytics nerd. And then I came around, and I think it was through conversations with Jeff and Marcus Spears, to remembering that all that stuff is fine and good. But just because we can't measure physicality doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Amen.
And like when we talk about the Bills, it's like them having the ball run on them, and we can measure how bad their run defense is, but there's something to be said about just busting people in the face.
Yeah.
And there's something about like it's the weight room dominance idea.
Yeah.
It ain't worth nothing, but it's worth something.
That's right.
It makes you feel good, and we see that time and time again.
Do you remember the first year of McDaniel in Miami when it was like, holy he's revolutionized offense.
Yep.
He's able to operate without an offensive line because they're getting the ball out so quickly. I think it was Booger McFarland who was on some podcast and asked him, like, how do you stop speed like that? It's like, easy. You punch it in the mouth. I was like,
dog. Smoke it.
Some things will never change.
Tiptoe around here, but you'll get caught.
Yeah,
ain't no tiptoeing, bro. At some point, violence and physicality wins in the NFL. It catches up with you. There's no doubt.
I mean, the Bills have it on offense. They run the hell out of the ball, but they don't have it on defense. And that's like –
and they don't have it at receiver. Like, they're not physical. And that was the biggest loss to me was the Hollins. Like he just provided like a level of physicality at that position. And, whether you like it or not, like Pickens, like he's got a level of physicality, right? Like you've seen his blocks in Pittsburgh. Like he got a little nastiness about him. And you don't want all your receivers to be that way. But like Indy, like Pittman will dig a guy out, dude. He'll go down there and put his freaking hat in there. Like there's a part of it that translates no matter what position on the field you are.
That's like the number one thing with Shanahan is like, and also like you see the McVay offense is so revolutionary in part because, well, revolutionary is a stretch, but it's really effective in part because Puka blocks as good as a tight end.
Bro.
And he can find an advantage for you because of that through the physicality coming with the combination of getting out. And I've told this story a number of times on this show is in college. So like I was always on the smaller side and it didn't really matter to me. Like I was physical, I was aggressive. It didn't matter until I played Anquan Boldin. Like Anquan Boldin was not fast. He was not quick. I was not worried. Florida State's coming to town. We're going to knock him off because Anquan Boldin not going to be able to get open on me. I went and pressed him a couple times and he just threw my out of the gym. And it didn't matter. All other didn't matter. I couldn't get to it because he's too physical.
Right.
And then I held a grudge for 2 seasons until we got my rookie year in NFL and I tried to fight him in Arizona. And I know it did. I was prepared. I knew what I was getting in for.
You were ready.
It was a game, so I knew we wasn't actually going to fight. But I was like,
I'm going to separate it.
Yeah, I'm going to get my revenge. I'm lunging at him. I'm going down. I'm ripping, pulling face masks. And right before halftime, he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Because
You're doing too much.
I was definitely doing too much. We ended up playing together on the same team in Baltimore years later and laughed about it. But yeah, that physicality is there's no there's scheme for quickness, there's scheme for speed. There's really nothing you can do if the person across from you
is bigger,
stronger. Like,
Yeah.
there's no scheme for it.
Nope.
You bring up the Rams for that, and do you think that that's something they're actively? I mean, of course, everyone wants guys who are strong and fast, but like,
yes,
yeah, because it feels like the defensive line can hold up because of that, where they're able to play smaller personnel. Because like Jared Verse and Byron Young like blow up run plays and they're freakishly strong.
Mm-hmm.
And like, did you see the touchdown that Blake Corum scored on in the last game? It's like they ran duo. He didn't make a single cut. He ran through the A gap and went 9 yards into the end zone.
Yep. No, I think anytime when you look at McVay comes from that like wing T run where guys can insert, they get in, they can do things and then come out of it. Like he understands run angles and how to set guys up and how for blockers to seat themselves on the block that makes it the most efficient. I mean, they're well rounded.
Let me tell you something. I'm proud of my guy. Charlie, man. He knows ball now.
He does.
My man be calling out run skis. He do this on Saturday. I know that he practiced it in the mirror. Yeah. And he come in on Sunday when we about to tape. He started talking about all types of run game fits. Like, yeah, you wasn't running this in high school. You've been watching tape.
Yes,
Charlie out there watching tape.
Lifelong learner.
You watching Brandon Thorne tape and some Baldinger tape. You're breaking some of those down with him.
Baldy's great. Just the tape on YouTube is a great YouTube channel. That's more for college scouting for draft guys, but they show you like that wide angle view, and you can see if like guys play differently now than like stylistically they were in college. Which is a good thing to cross reference. Baldy's amazing.
Yeah. You know all the defensive like alignments, like techniques. Have you gotten there yet? Like
no.
0 to 1.
Oh no, yeah. The line tech. I thought you meant like
No, not actual. No, just like the alignments, like a 3. Oh,
Mm-hmm. 0, 2I, 3, wherever you're gonna be.
We gotta get you into knowing fronts. You can pick out an over, an even, get under, bear that thing. Ooh, 46.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on Mondays with Chris Long, only speaking about defensive linemen about oh, is he a 9? Is he in a 3 technique? Where is he going to be? How effective is he from that 3? And then you're just like giving him a thumbs up and then furiously Googling, being like, what does this mean? Can you show me examples?
You're going to be in a jet 9? That's an extra step out. We're going to are we tilting? Are we a tilt nose? Are we head up? What do we got? I like it.
The best thing is when you just know the buzzwords and you're like, check out. Did you see that ankle flexion and the bend that Von Miller had on that ghost move? And you're
ghost move. I love how everybody names everything now too. I remember when I was coming up and it was like everybody calls things duo now, pin and pull, all that kind of stuff. It was like your gap, but like my O-line coach would be like, "Hey, we just want 3 600-pound double team. That's all we care about. Hip to hip, leg of drive. Where's your hat placement? Where's your hand placement? Where's the balls? I mean, it was all. Now it's like they got all these little cliche names. I watch all the guys send me videos or chatting it up. I'm like, I respect it. I like where we're at.
I must send this video to you of speaking of hip or ankle flexion. There are a couple of tapes from Myles Garrett sacks last week, where his foot is facing the opposite direction of his body, and it shows how he is able to sell power with his torso and is already changed directions with his lower half, and nobody's doing it, especially at that size where it's obvious you're going to get beat, because if he's showing you power up top and it's already turned, he's got to respect it, and he's already turned his lower half to beat you. It's crazy.
It's like the fact that this guy exists, who's having the season. I'm so glad he's having the season, but he's like a direct hybrid of Bruce Smith and Reggie White, who are like sort of antithetical, like prototypes of defensive ends of the way that they played, is crazy. And like we've known about Myles Garrett since he was like a freshman in high school, and he was that like prodigious recruit from Texas, and he was like probably 250 pounds and ripped at that point. And he's been good every single year he's been in the NFL. And we made such a big deal about the Micah Parsons trade, and rightfully so. He's been also a dominant pass rusher every year. Garrett could legitimately get 30 sacks this year.
No doubt.
Like he's having I genuinely wonder, do you think this is the best defensive season you've ever seen? Like really, because like there's like the JJ Watt year where he was like third in passes defense, he had 20 sacks. There was the 2 Dion years where he actually like flipped the Super Bowl from San Francisco to Dallas. There's the Aaron Donald and like Warren Sapp years where they got 10 plus sacks and all those pressures from the middle, which is insane. Like I'm sure that Ray and Ed and those guys all had historic seasons, but this one feels like an outlier. This feels like when McGuire took the home run record from 61 to 70, where it just feels crazy different than anything we've seen from a rusher.
I can't disagree with it. It's hard to pick between. You named a bunch of really great seasons. I would throw Champ had a great year one time, and Revis also had that insane year and covered one year where it's impossible to parse those things. I mean, the difference for a lot of these things is they're memorable because these teams were good.
That's right.
And this one is maybe we'll remember it, or I mean, we will remember it because he's going to break the record. But the team is not very good.
I think that's what makes it better for me, though, is that, a lot of times pass rushers, they feast because they're playing with leads, right? And so the other team has to get into a pass mode, and they're going to throw this thing around, and so that they can pin their ears back. He's doing all this in just base personnel, man. Which is insane.
Maybe if I go back and watch the JJ Watt stuff, it would look similar. I remember all the Aaron Donald stuff where he was beating some double teams, but the way that Myles Garrett's reps look, even the ones where he doesn't win, include double teams and triple teams, and he is dominating these people in a way that feels like it's, to your point, it's like it feels like a different sport. Like you're raising the bar to another level where it's like, when you watch these reps, I think last week he juked the tight end before then powering through the tackle. And it's just to be able to be quicker than the tight end and more powerful than the tackle coming off of a speed move.
I think the best tape, probably the best tape, you go back and watch New England.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
And New England did everything they could. And Will Campbell, and that guy, he just, Hunter Henry beat Shippen. They were trying to knock him on the way. Like, Vrabel circled him. There's no doubt they had a plan. And he just took their plan and put it in a trash can. He's like, I will dominate, and you may find a way to win the game, but it ain't because, and he's just a monster, man.
He the sack he had against the Jets a couple weeks ago too. I can't remember which one of the young tackles was, if it was Fashanu or Membo. He like bounced him. He like bull rushed him, and like it was like the guy like barrel rolled off the turf as he was sacking the quarterback. And
that has to be terrifying, man.
You guys want to see him on like a great team, right? Like at this point in his career, he's 30 years old, and I know like. I think more than any player in the league, like I think we've talked so much about like. I really wish Mahomes had an offensive line and weapons, so like it was more aesthetically pleasing, or like what would like Josh Allen be with like real deep threats. I think Myles Garrett's like right there for me, where I want to see him play in like on a serious outfit.
In important games, we've seen defensive linemen put playoff games away. Like Myles Garrett in that situation would be great. And maybe they will trade him.
That's the most disappointing thing for me is like, and you and I have had this conversation about the Browns before, but. Like Joe Thomas, right? Who will go down as arguably one of the best left tackles in our game, but like he didn't have very many big moments. Like he played at noon on Sunday, right? Like that's just not that's not when football players, and again, like his play speaks for itself. This is not to diminish like what his career looked like, but I want to see him in the playoffs, bro. Like when it matters, and the best pass rusher is going against the best tackle, and there ain't going to be any time to help. There's no chip help. There's no. Can you sit and anchor down and lock dudes down repeatedly? And it just because that part of the game is so impactful, and it's such a beautiful part of the game. And when it's just it's a conference. I played a tough conference, okay, or whatever. Like that. It makes no difference. That's why I wish, or I hope, that either Cleveland gets really good really quick, or Myles Garrett ends up going somewhere where. Can you imagine him like with the Texans? Like just some kind of team like that where you got a bunch of dudes and like a defensive minded coach who's going to just let him. Oh my word!
We have to change the rules,
bro, for real.
If you added him to that Texas defense,
can you imagine? Like it would be,
God.
yeah.
I mean, they could win every game 3-0
Rams,
if they had Myles Garrett.
They would win every game 3-0, or they would 7-0 because they created a sack fumble. Like,
who was it? Were you in Baltimore? Who were the ends when you were in Baltimore? Suggs was there.
Yeah.
Was Michael McCrary gone?
Yeah, he was gone. It was, Suggs and
they had another good one.
Haloti was there.
Oh, Haloti
we
was
had
a monster.
Double J was playing the other end. He wasn't as much of a pass rusher, but like Haloti and Suggs were together, and they were.
And then Kelly, what was his name?
Kelly Gregg. Yeah, he was
they called him Todd Saturday. He wore his pants. He wore his pants up to his nipples, like literally hiked his pants up to his nipple. And he was he was a nightmare. He was so good with his hands, and he was such a flat player. He never so he just sit there and hand slap you and then rip by you, man. He was effective.
He was an effective player, but he didn't look like Suggs or anybody else. Yeah, he looked.
That was his nickname, Todd Saturday. They literally like, is that your brother? He was shorter than me.
That was not fair to you, man. Like, you look much better.
He's a squatty body, bro. He gave Tart and Glenn all kinds of issues. Yeah. He's so short, and Tart couldn't reach down to get him, and he would be just darting around. Oh, I loved it.
Well, Jeff, you guys had like the ultimate mismatch guys with Freeney and Mathis. Where it's just like, and it was a highlight reel every game,
bro. In a dome. On fast turf with an offense that put up points, bro. Like, set up to be an absolute menace on both. And both guys are dogs, bro. Like, they both want to hunt. You know what I mean? So it's like, who can get there first? And they are about that action. And then you brought like a Raheem Brock who wasn't in. They would move into 3. Like, John Tierlink, our defensive line coach, he did not care one bit about the run game. All he cared about was hitting the QB, and you tackle the runner on the way to the quarterback. That's what he would tell him all the time.
So also, I guess I've never asked you the 1 year, like the peak Bob Sanders year.
Oh.
How insane was that? Because he wasn't a big dude, right? Like, he must have been 5'8", 190-ish or 200 pounds.
First of all, muscles upon muscles. So whatever size he was, there was 0% body fat. It was like he was a literal missile, and you literally had to limit what he would do in practice because the guy had no regard for his body nor your body. Like, it was. It was a literal car wreck in practice or in the games. He did not care. So Napoleon was like, we can't practice him. Like, we got to just keep him away. He's going to kill somebody. I mean, that's how. And he was so freaking fast, man. Like, you don't realize the distance he could close. His first year, he closed on a screen. And I thought he killed the screener. Like, whoever, because it was R1s versus our scout. And whoever was on the scout, they threw a quick screen out. We called it jailbreak. So the line's going to go lead. No way the tackle was going to touch Bob. He's under him, and he hits that dude right under the chin in training camp. I was like, he killed him. The man's going to get the ambulance. He died on the field. Like, that's how fast he closed the distance. I was like, this dude is a manimal, an absolute manimal.
Yeah. And we were talking about how our mindset is a little different. There are people who have even more different mindset than that. They're like, I care a little bit about my health and safety.
None.
I don't care at all.
Disregard for any physical safety. Did not matter. Yeah,
he was an all-time jump off the screen player because he was. I guess
that was the year he got defensive player of the year, right? Didn't
yeah.
He was a monster, man.
That's crazy.
He just assaulted his own body. Like, physically, you can only last so long. Yeah, I mean, he was like, well, it's like a Ferrari, dog. We're gonna run it until we're gonna burn it out. It's gonna be burned out. We run it at 200 miles an hour every time we go somewhere. That was how he rolled.
It's crazy. All right, we should talk about these Thanksgiving games because we have 4 games. We'll run through these reasonably quickly because but this is maybe the most fun standalone slate of football that I can remember. That's not in the playoffs. Like divisional round of the playoffs. It's like that's all time. Obviously, everything stands alone. But we have Packers Lions. We have Chiefs Cowboys. We have Bengals Ravens with the return of Burrow against Lamar, who's hopefully getting healthier. And then on Friday we have Bears Eagles. And as we do these, the way we're going to talk about these is I want you guys to pick the most interesting game, the second most interesting game, third most interesting game, fourth, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So from this group, Packers, Lions, Chiefs, Cowboys, Bears, Ravens. Or sorry, Bengals, Ravens, Bears, Eagles. Which one do you want to start with? The most interesting game of the 4.
I think Packers Lions for me.
All right, let's do that then. I'm down with Packers Lions. I mean, I think it's either that one or Dallas, Kansas City, but Packers Lions is the rematch, and it got ugly that first time, and I have no reason to believe it's not going to get ugly again. Honestly, maybe Dan Campbell at the helm calling plays will change things, but the O-line hasn't gotten better, and Jared Goff hasn't gotten more athletic, and Micah Parsons has seemingly gotten more effective even from that game, which was crazy. They are going to have a tough time scoring, and they got good run defense. The Packers have good run defense also. It's going to be a tough task for the Lions at home, and I don't know.
I would tell you that's probably the reason I think this is the most fun matchup for me is it's what has been your improvement from week 1 from an offensive line and schematic perspective to now, right? Week 13. So like how much better have you gotten? Because typically defenses are ahead of you in week 1 anyway, just like the natural kind of ebbs and flows of football is defense is ahead, right? They got more installed. They can do it. They can be more effective earlier on. And so it's not super surprising to me that some defense that's really good and got a shot in the arm with Micah Parsons can be, but it's okay. So what did we do from the Detroit Lions perspective, whether it's Montgomery or Gibbs or, whether it's Ratledge at guard or Glasgow, are those guys better inside? And, can they hold up against this? And I'm pretty sure I was looking the other day, I want to say every offensive lineman for the Lions was listed as on the injured report, like or questionable or something. I was like, you talk about an absolute nightmare. Like, don't be banged up going into this thing because this is going to be it's going to be a matchup of all matchups. That's probably why I'm so fired up about it.
And the Jared Goff limitations athletically, I think, are going to be a problem in this also. Like, this is when you having a quarterback that can move a little better than Goff, I think, will be helpful. And, I mean, they're going to be banking on Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, to make explosive plays or J-Mo to make some explosive plays because I think they're going to have a hard time if they're planning on
moving the ball down the field.
Down the field without having a big explosive go against them.
Well, it's interesting the way they create explosives because this was tweeted out by Colton Pouncey, but only 6.8% of the Lions' pass attempts this season have traveled 20 or more air yards, which is crazy in the NFL per True Media. But they still like since Dan Campbell took over play calling, Jameson Williams is more involved. We've seen what's happening with Gibbs. Gibbs has been like the most explosive offensive skill player in the NFL, and we should talk about the Gibbs thing for a second because we've spent a lot of time talking about the 2 historic skill seasons of Jonathan Taylor and Jackson Smith-Njigba, but Gibbs is sort of right there. He has 1,300 total yards, 13 touchdowns already. He's now first among all RBs since the merger in career yards per carry at 5.6, passing Jamal Charles. It feels like what we're seeing right now and what we saw, he won the game for them last week in overtime. What we're seeing, it feels like we're starting to see an identity shift slightly towards the speed guys in my camera. I can't do the hand motion thing. Slightly more to the speed guys in Detroit, which is interesting.
Yeah. Gibbs is special. I'm looking forward to seeing it happen, but I'm not sure that he's going to be as explosive in this game.
Right.
As that defense is going to have their hands full also.
I think it should be a hammer game, though. Like Montgomery, feed them dudes between the tackles. Don't let the Lions play with the speed. The Packers play with speed,
Have you ever not thought it should be a hammer game?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, for sure.
Check it.
Outside edge runs, stretch. I would be wanting to run at them. I want to for Charlie's lingo, let's run some duo on some little bodies, Micah Parsons being one of them, and try to throw them around a little bit, man. Secure the line of scrimmage, let their backers make plays. If they can, tip of the cap. If they can't, we're going to have a big day.
That's one of the interesting things, too, because Parsons, Hafley's an incredible defensive coordinator, but it feels like he's actually starting to play a little bit more meat and potatoes with Parsons, where he's moving around, moving inside, getting him blocked in different ways. And like, if they do that, you're right. Just like
I'm telling you right
put
now,
two
bro,
big bodies on him.
I would tell Peyton Manning, this is no joke. When we played the New York Giants one time, and Kenny and I talk about this all the time, and they went to like just their NASCAR package. They were like, it was a night game. We were the only game in town, and like right before they, when the general manager comes in and tells you like who the ups, who are the downs, like all that kind of stuff, and he was like, they got this guy, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, that's like all their fast guys. I looked at Peyton, I was like, we better run this thing down their freaking throat. Like, do not check into any pass. And he didn't. And we literally, I remember talking to Candy, because Candy played, because he could do both. And I remember, man, we were putting them on their back. And it's like, if I am the Detroit Lions and Micah Parsons lines up in a 3 technique or anywhere else, that's an insult. and I take it as one. There better be a check call, the same way we check like a scared pass protection, like Micah means we're sliding his way. Make it a Micah call or whoever you weigh 250 or around there and you're lining up inside, bro. We better run that thing down there. No doubt.
What so is the Cowboys Chiefs the next one?
Yeah, Cowboys Chiefs in Jerry World.
Yeah.
And were you surprised that the Chiefs were 3-point favorites in this game in Dallas?
Yes.
Really? I wasn't as surprised. Like, I think that
really?
Yeah.
What do they average 30-something points a game in Dallas?
Right. But that defense, I think, is played better. But you could argue against the two teams that they played against have been like, I still think that in the Chiefs coming up this win where their offense moved the ball, but it's win against the Colts. And they're still the Chiefs. They still got Patrick Mahomes. I'm not surprised that they are the favorites in this game. I think it's a real uphill battle for the Cowboys in this situation. I think both the offenses will be fine, but the Cowboys, I think we have more questions for their defense that have yet to be answered, and we'll find out. I think the Chiefs will definitely challenge them in those spots.
I mean, the Cowboys kind of stopped the run now since they got Quinn Williams, and the Chiefs are really like struggling to run the ball. I know they had 109 yards from Kareem Hunt, 104 yards from Kareem Hunt last week on 30 carries, but like he is a adept like short yardage back now, but he's certainly not like the explosive back he was early in his career. And that's like, we talk about this. It's all the Chiefs' entire offensive MO is on Mahomes' shoulders to like make plays and make every single decision for them, which is concerning.
How wide open receivers were against that Cowboys zone. That's so. If the Cowboys decide to go man, then we'll see what happens. If they're capable of playing man the whole game, they can't sit back in zone. That D line.
That's what the Colts did, right?
The Colts played a lot more man.
That's what
they were. Yeah, they did well. They held up in it. Like I think that's the recipe to beat the Chiefs. Until the end of the game, they started to pull away from them. But that's part of it is for me is I don't know how they're going to be able to cover them in man coverage.
I literally texted Neat right after the game, and I was so furious at our DBs. And he's like, Saturday, y'all had 5 3-and-outs. They were exhausted. He was like, they
I had to defend my defensive guys because he was upset.
I was in my feels, bro. I was bent. I was so bent.
I was like, you guys had the number 1 offense in the league. This is immediately after the game.
Yeah.
And you went 3-and-out 4 times in a row. The defense was exhausted, man.
They were exhausted. And I went back and watched. I was like, they were. That's why Hunt got 100 yards too. Like guys were just, I think the Chiefs kept the ball for like 40-something minutes. I mean, you played 2 full games, and that was that one broke my heart. I will say this about that game for me. That game for me, for the Cowboys is obviously their defense, but can Pickens and Lamb, if you can get big plays against the Chiefs on their back end, and you make Mahomes and you put pressure on that offense, that's where I think the advantage would go to the Cowboys.
All right, Bears, Eagles, I think is next. Ravens, Bengals is the least interesting one to me.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so. The Bears, we've been kind of treating the Bears a lot like we treated who was it last year? I mean, I guess it was the Commanders. Yeah.
Lucky team.
Yeah, that they were
winning all the one-score games.
Yeah, and it's an interesting matchup because they create a bunch of turnovers, which is somewhat random, but also like. Their corners got good hands, right? I feel like he's made some impressive interceptions, a bigger corner over there. So it's interesting to me because the Eagles are going to have to put the ball in there because they can't run the ball.
They are.
And if they put the ball in the air and start turning over again, we are looking at some potential collapse. That defense, I think, is going to suffocate Caleb. And I guess they're going to run the ball because that's what the Bears do, run the ball a lot. But that defense is going to be suffocating, I think. So that's the question to me is, do the Eagles turn the ball over or not? And are they able to manufacture some sort of running attack that they haven't had all season long?
Listen, I think you're going to see more. I think you'll see more Bigsby, and I think you'll see more downhill running out of the Eagles. And I think I heard I was listening to an interview earlier today, and I think it was Hugh Douglas. He maybe works for Phillies, one of the Phillies radio stations or
WIP,
something.
where they just bring the players on and the players tell you how bad everything is now with this team.
That's what it is. So he was talking to Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Dickerson had said some things after the game that were misconstrued and taken it kind of out of context. And he was talking about, I thought it was very interesting, but he said they did not expect that much 5-man front from the Cowboys. So they really didn't have an answer for their run game. And he said that does not mean we're not prepared. Yeah. Because I will tell you, how it was difficult for us against the Patriots, especially early on, is because it was almost like we played 3 or 4 different game plans within one game. They would give you like a set of defensive fronts. Belichick would kind of feel out, what are you going to do this? Then they give you another one. Then they give you another one. Right. And then by the time they got in the fourth quarter, they had kind of found their rhythm. And when I heard Dickerson talking about it, I was like, you know what? That's a great point. I'm glad he brought it up because he was like, listen, we're taking a lot of criticism and we'll take it all, right? We should have turned it over. But from a schematic standpoint, we were not expecting. We had seen the Cowboys do some 5-man front. They surprised us. I think they will be better prepared for people who are going to just like try to take away the run game altogether and make you put the ball down the field now. And so, maybe this was a good loss from that perspective, is they weren't expecting it, and they'll go back and kind of clean things up.
Yeah, I expect them to handle the Bears, honestly, on Friday, on Black Friday. I don't know. I mean, anything can happen, obviously, but I think that they're significantly better than the Bears.
I think the Eagles are still a good team.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely are.
And I said this morning, and you and I agree on this. I can tell you right now, Sirianni didn't walk in that thing and go, oh, man, we got to change it all. You know what I mean? We really blew. He went in and goes, man, we had a 21-point lead. And Barkley fumbled it. We caught a ball on the 2-yard line and then fumbled it, on a punt, which we should have never done with Gibson. And then we missed a field goal, and we lose by 3. We had it was self-inflicted wounds, and if we take care of our own business, we won't have that situation again. I think that's what he'll sell. He ain't selling what you and I, or he ain't buying what you and I are selling. He ain't like, for sure, we're going to do a whole bunch of new stuff. That is not what they're going to do.
Do you think, a couple questions about this. One, this has to be like the worst possible matchup for Caleb, right? Just a defensive line that's this
is it a good matchup for anybody?
No, it's mean like the way he extends plays and he's been able to escape sacks, and like this seems like not the unit to do that against.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad matchup for anybody, but you're right.
I don't know, man. I'm going to tell you, like Carter, I thought the Dallas offensive line blocked up.
Yeah.
Like they blocked up. Like they got after Carter. Like they what's his name with the kid? Is it Booker, who's the right guard, like the rookie?
Yeah.
He played exceptionally well. Like they did a good job of blocking them up. And I think the Bears are a pretty good offensive, and if they can
running offensive line too, for sure.
But that's what it means. But fatigue them, and then then you kind of pass block. And I think Ben Johnson does a decent job of not allowing you to get exposed. I definitely don't think you go drop back 50 times, but I think if you move the pocket, know where your launch point is, make sure it's not always right behind the center where guys can just pin their ears back. But I think
they got a chance.
But I'm still going the Eagles.
Me.
But I'm going the Eagles. But I mean, I don't think it would be as bad for Caleb Williams as we think.
It felt also like a Jomo got banged up in that game, and it feels like he's so important for like such a stabilizing force.
They wired him up too. They did it. They did it. The Cowboys' offensive line played well. They did.
I'm getting hungry, Charlie. We got
all right. Last one, Bengals Ravens.
Blood sugar
getting low. We gotta.
I had that on SportsCenter today. I had to restart. I'm always a one-take wonder, Charlie. I had to reset, dog. I was starving. Blood sugar. Good. I was like, I don't even know what I thought about this one. I got to go.
I'm gonna have to start packing you snacks on Monday, Dominique. Send you little Ziplocs.
Yeah, get an apple juice in my pocket or something.
So okay, Bengals Ravens. I do want to ask you this. So
apple juice in my pocket.
With Burrow back and Lamar banged up, which of these offenses are you more confident in? And that's like a low hanging fruit question, but I don't know, Jim.
In either offense. Yeah, I mean, I think you have the Bengals run the football really well.
Yeah,
the Ravens haven't done anything really well consistently this season.
That's right.
But Burrow's coming back from injury. It's hard to have confidence in, and T. Higgins is out and with concussion protocol. Like, I know, and Lamar's obviously injured, so that's part of the equation. I refuse to say that the Bengals I have more confidence in the Bengals because they run the ball well, but I still don't have a bunch of confidence in the Ravens. It's not a terrible question. I just can't really come.
I'm gonna say this: if there's ever been a get right team for a quarterback, Lamar Jackson in his last 5 games against the Bengals, he's had over 1,300 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 1 interception with a passer rating of 113. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so
not bad.
And I mean, you think about he has not played nearly what we expected since he's returned. He's definitely looks like he's hurt, but he has played well against this team. And typically for your in-division opponents, you got a pretty good beat on them, man. And unless they can just do something just out of the ordinary and break the mold, I'm going to lean towards the Ravens on this one.
I mean, Kyle Hamilton injury is huge. Apparently he's practicing today, but I mean, he was limping around pretty good. I'm not sure how effective he's going to be. That changes that defense a lot.
You know what? I forgot about this injury, but the Rice injury for the Chiefs could be
had a hammy situation.
Yeah. He looked like he was, and that's this time of year, man. That is not.
Yeah.
That is not how you want to enter, December. I can assure you.
So the one thing I'll say about Burrow is last year against the Ravens, when he played them twice, he had 820 yards.
Yeah.
What do you have?
Crazy.
Wasn't it like 33-31? I mean, weren't they crazy? They were crazy games, right?
They totally, and the Bengals totally botched that first game. It was one of the reasons they didn't make the playoffs is how they handled end of game situation against the Ravens in both their matchups.
Chase had like 200 on one of those games.
Oh, that's right.
Chase had 260.
Yeah, I remember that. It seemed like every time he touched the ball, he went to the crib.
I got Chase in fantasy. I hope he does that again. That would be so good.
No Higgins this week. A lot of targets going Chase's way.
Yeah, Chase
Let's
lead the
go,
league
Chase.
in targets, 118 right now, more than anybody with a game missed. So he's got to get the ball.
He's got a second bye because of that spitting incident. It's going to be fresh.
Spitting incident.
All right, Charlie. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for doing this with me.
Love it.
We out.
Happy holidays. We'll be back next Monday for the listeners. We will not have a show this Friday, but we love you. We're thankful for all of you.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Thanksgiving. Thank you, Charlie, for
being a class act, Charlie, and being on time 2 weeks in a row.
Keep it up. Keep the streak alive, Kravitz.
Thank you for coaching me to be on time.
Let's go.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.